First of all, I spoke and I acknowledged that there has been a delay in the remittances to the county governments. And I just want to assure you that as a national government, we are working towards resolving that issue, not just in dealing with what is outstanding, but to look at a process that will be smoother and then ensure that county governments get their resources on time. And this is an issue that is being discussed jointly with the National Treasury, and sooner than later, we are going to make a more detailed pronouncement on how we intend to solve this problem. But I can assure you, we are not happy that there is a delay. We know that it's putting a lot of pressure on the county governments, and we intend to resolve that particular issue. Be that as it may, I want to take a little more time, maybe just another 2 minutes, to explain that the crisis that Kenya is facing is much bigger than we may imagine. Yesterday, when I spoke to the iftar, I gave an example of the commitments that the Kenya government entered into. Very, very demanding commitments to the people of Kenya, which we are not about to run away from, but which we have to deal with. Okay? Because they are commitments that were entered into by the previous regime. But remember, government is a government in perpetuity. So when sovereign commitments have been made, it's the responsibility of the government to tackle those sovereign commitments. Some of them are unpleasant, they are painful, but they were made. All right? And I gave an example that on one of the programs that the previous government entered into, the demand is that every January there must be a payment of 40 billion Kenya shillings. And then 6 months later, in July, to the same commitment, there must be another payment of 40 billion shillings. Now, these are commitments that have a primary charge on the consolidated fund. So you cannot run away from those commitments. And those commitments have an impact on the rest of the economy. All right? I'm speaking to this very, very carefully, because some of the people shouting loudest in the streets are part and parcel of the signatures and commitments that I am talking about. So, as a country, we have to deal with it. And we have to deal with it in a balanced way, because how much more can you tax the people of Kenya? So we have to rationalize a lot of things as we move across and as we move forward, because there are so many other commitments. I've not talked about the Eurobonds. I've not talked about so many other commitments. I've just talked of one particular area. So there is a big challenge in that context. And we should talk about the economy, understanding the background of where we are coming from. We are coming from an all-time low, and we have to build our way upwards going into the future.